So I thought you were going to ask the question.
Oh. Okay, can you tell us who you are and what do you do here at Campus Graphics?
I'm Elizabeth Zuniga. I'm a copy technician here at Campus Graphics. And I basically help at the front counter with customers and printing their jobs, and also printing work for the school and all our insourcing clients.
How do you utilize Lean Six Sigma in your workflow?
So Gordon has brought in all of us into that whole workflow, and it's basically, we try and stay organized in every level that we're doing, whether it's in the printing or helping customers in the front, and staying organized in everything that we do, having a system for every little thing or an SOP for printing job tickets, and helping in all the different areas around the shop. Does that work?
And how much training do you have in Lean Six Sigma?
Well, I recently took a course in with B, and that was probably, I think, at the beginning of this year. So I've slowly integrated all of that, besides the fact that overall I just like to be organized. But taking this course has helped me a lot more in being able to have a strategy that everybody else can look at and they can pick up from where I left off.
Okay, Lizzie, so Trello was your idea to insert that into the Campus Graphics workflow. Tell us a little bit how you chose Trello and what's it do for us.
So my plan when I took the B course was to have a board, a Kanban board actually, for the production area, and that started off having just a regular whiteboard, dividing it into different sections and going according to the queue, going to print, and then where it is in the shop, whether it's in bindery at the folder, at the Duplo, or being spiral binded. So I started off with the physical board and then ended up going to Trello because it's at a better reach for everybody else here in the shop. So you can find it on your computer instead of having to go elsewhere to the board. It was something that Matt actually had mentioned before because he was doing something relative to his project, and I found out that I can use this for myself but also create a board for everybody else that we can all see wherever we're at.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at what Trello is and how you're using it. So I'm going to get closer over here. Maybe you can just kind of walk us through it.
So this is Trello. You can create different boards, and we have all the boards here for Campus Graphics. We use the production board, which is this one right here, and it has the different lists. This one right here is the queue, and anything that is for us to grab and so that we can print. These are all the jobs that we need to do. From here it goes to either one of these different categories. Obviously it starts off with the print, but if any of these needs a hard copy proof, then we mark it. We literally just grab the job ticket and bring it over to whatever category it is that it needs to be. So for example, if this book is already printed, we know that it's going to be spiral binded next. So after the printing, we would move it over to the bindery area. And when we do this, we also use it in our PSP system. So in there, we put in the job ticket and we also mark it as a bindery one. And that is actually shown here. So these are different bindery options, and so whichever bindery option is here as shown on the job ticket, it should also reflect in this area right here. So ideally, if one of these is in bindery, then it should show as well in our PSP system. We have the different categories here for bindery, wide format, and engraving, and once all of those are done, then they are set to the ready for pickup column as well.
I noticed you're using Maruka, which is color coding. So how are you using the color coding labels?
So the color coding labels are assigned to each person, and that is basically whoever is doing that specific job, you add your label to it. That way we know that that person is working on a job, and if somebody comes in asking for it and we see a label on there of someone, then we know who to direct ourselves to so that we can ask them the questions. We have our different labels, and there's also one, and the red one, which is our rush one. And if anybody ever just sees that one, then we know that that's a job that needs to be done right away.
Okay. Are there any other things that you're using in Lean Six Sigma for campus graphics?
I mean, it's basically everything, you know, keeping the shop clean, and that's not just necessarily throwing papers away, but, you know, just having everything in a specific place so that we all know where it's at and we can all find it easily whether someone's here or not.
Can you say that again?
So, something big that we are on is having a specific place for a certain thing so that we all know where it is without having to ask another person. So, and that should be something that should be all around in our shop.
As a young woman in the graphic communication field, any words of advice for young folks who want to get into graphic communication and who are thinking about utilizing Lean Six Sigma?
I'd say don't be afraid. I mean, go for it. I honestly was, being here with all these guys, like you said, you know, being a woman in this area, just, you know, go for it. And it's not only something that can be applied here at the workplace, but also in your personal life. So using Lean Six Sigma has helped me as well in organizing things outside of here as well.
Right on. Thank you, Lizzie.
You're welcome.